Can't protect me. You reach, I teach. Hey, you got the best. All day. Look around. Look.
Corey Dwight Benjamin, born February 24th, 1978. Today's feature won't be known for his basketball highlights. As for him, those are almost impossible to come by. Photos will have to suffice because his story was almost tailor-made for Stunted Growth. The inspiration of this story came from comments made by Ja Morant when asked about playing in Michael Jordan's era and what would it have been like. To which Ja responded saying that he would have, quote, cooked him too. Immediately, I began to think about Corey Benjamin, the post-rookie averaging under 4 points a game, 67% from the foul line, and 21% from three as a wing player, not to mention a field goal percentage of 37. In 1999, he sort of said the same thing about Jordan, only difference he was actually in Jordan's era. Yes, albeit after Jordan retired from the Bulls after 97-98, but this was still Michael Jordan, a little over a year from winning a championship and finals MVP. In a conversation with former Bulls player and Jordan teammate Randy Brown, Benjamin said something to the effect that he could beat MJ, or in Ja's words, I guess he thought he could cook him too. Luckily for Ja, and not so much for Corey, he doesn't have to face MJ because whether he meant in a game of one-on-one, Michael in his prime versus Ja in his prime, I'm sure wouldn't end like he thinks. In game, I could see Ja having success on offense against Jordan, as Mike didn't fare well against fast, attacking guards. We've seen numerous over the years with those traits, yes, cook Michael Jordan, but as far as winning the game, I'm certain Ja would have lost 10 out of 10 times after making a comment like that. Or maybe it would have went 11-3 in a game of 1v1 like Corey Benjamin. Michael was the ultimate competitor. He killed you with his skills he practiced daily for hours that he had ultimate confidence in, having won an NCAA championship as a freshman, 6 NBA championships and 6 finals MVPs, and 6-0 in the finals. He's the only player considered a great to never lose in the finals. Corey Benjamin dared to think his 3.8 points a game his rookie season could challenge that 1v1 as a young Ron Artest and Elton Brand watched in disbelief. He literally told him what moves he was about to do, even walked him to the spot he would do it, and still scored every time, minus a few deep misses, leading to an end score of 11-3. According to Benjamin, 11-9, making it even more embarrassing he either couldn't count or won't accept loss by admitting what the 35-year-old retired civilian did to him. His career was never the same and filled with tragic events, some generationally since. What happened? Let's talk about it. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth. Let's get it, man. Take a minute to like, subscribe, and comment on who I should do next. You can also send a super thanks by clicking the button below. Enjoy the video. Corey Benjamin was a 6'6" shooting guard that even played 31 games in the NBA as a rookie at point guard from Compton, California, that starred at Fontana High School, where he was Mr. Basketball in California and made the McDonald's All-American game that included Tim Thomas, Steven Jackson, and Kobe Bryant. He went to Oregon State for his freshman and sophomore years, improving each year for a team that went 20-37 in his time there. But Benjamin did have raw athletic talent and was thought to be a first-round pick off that and his motor alone, and being 6'6" in the days right after MJ added a little more potential in the draft. He was selected 28th overall by the Bulls in 1998 as a hopeful cornerstone piece in the rebuild process following the Jordan-era success the Bulls had. They quickly learned he was not that guy. Stunt number 1, lack of opportunity. It can easily be confused a player is a bust or an underachiever when the player isn't given an opportunity to show himself fully for any reason. Sometimes the team is a solid playoff contender and rookies find it hard to be implemented into the well-oiled machine and have to learn on the fly. Sometimes veterans who've been there biding their time until their opportunity came finally sees that day and is given a shot over you. and a lot of times the player isn't as advertised and finds it hard to adjust from being a big fish in a small pond to now a big ocean and all big fish. To name a few, none of those matter when the opportunity has passed. In my opinion, the reason Corey didn't get his opportunity was because the exact skills the Bulls needed was yet to develop for Benjamin. The Bulls saw him in college as an explosive scorer that averaged 19 points in 27 minutes a game, the same measurements of the most coveted creator build in the 90s, Michael Jordan, and hoped he could have been the heir apparent to carry the torch. When they got him to training camp and saw he didn't have the handles to be that, or mid-range game, quickness, off-the-dribble ability to score, nor demeanor of the player they wanted, they hoped he could do other things, like hit open shots, which he didn't at just 21% from 3 as a rookie, 37% field goal shooting, and more turnovers than assists. It made it easy for the Bulls to keep him on the bench. Opportunity was also scarce because the Bulls did have veteran guys that waited and deserved a chance to step up and be the focus on offense. Tony Kukoc, who's been there since 93-94, 3 rings. Ron Harper since 94-95, 5 rings. Randy Brown 95-96, 3 rings. And Brent Barry, who the Bulls had just signed for 6 years, $27 million. Benjamin's career would mostly be the same for the remaining 3 years, as he wasn't terrible compared to minutes played, but he was never the player the Bulls thought he was, enough to supersede the challenges mentioned. Stunt number 2, the Jordan game. One of Corey Benjamin's biggest growth stunts came because of being exposed by Michael Jordan early November 1999 as being levels beneath even thinking he could beat Michael one-on-one like he said. It may seem like a simple game of one-on-one that happens every day and probably happened multiple times in MJ's playing days, but this was different. Media picked this story up so fast, hoping a little challenge would spark Michael to return to basketball like he did in 1995, winning 3 more chips and being the media's most beloved story. Between they and Randy Brown, who delivered the message Corey Benjamin said he could beat Michael one-on-one, sparked Jordan to show up mid-Bulls practice already retired in sweatpants and a cutoff and completely embarrass Benjamin. He scored 7 straight points and reportedly relaxed and started talking to the sideline more instead of focusing on 11-0. As MJ slapped Corey's hands off his back and drained fadeaway after fadeaway, Benjamin seemed defeated and amateur in the matchup, and I think further showed the Bulls that Corey Benjamin was not a big part of their future. From then on, it was the only thing people talked about when mentioning Corey Benjamin. Too bad he chose the best player ever to spark it with. Stunt number 3, bad for business. And lastly, as if the Bulls could ask for a better opportunity to part ways with an underachieving Corey Benjamin. On October 17, 2000, he was arrested for domestic violence, allegedly breaking down a door his girlfriend was locked in, grabbing her by the throat and allegedly slapping her while saying, "You don't pay no bills, so you can't lock no door." After the arrest, General Manager Jerry Krause called it an unfortunate incident he leaves to the lawyers to resolve. But the damage was done for Corey's career as a Bull. Not only are you underperforming, but now you've become bad for business in the worst way. That kind of alleged offense towards females wasn't going to be tolerated with a brand like the Bulls, as Corey went on to play his final season in Chicago. He played in 65 games, had 5 starts, 13 minutes a game, and averaged 4.7 points. The Bulls did not re-sign him, so Corey went to Italy for a year, returned and played 9 games for the Hawks in maybe his worst showing as a pro, then back overseas where he played for 5 teams in 6 years. In 2016, another domestic violence charge, as it showed he had behavioral issues that may even be the reason his daughter has had multiple accounts of incidences that went viral on the court of her hurting young girls. All in all, not every first-round pick can be great players, and Corey was certainly far from that despite his potential. He still got an opportunity to play for a living, but will forever be remembered as the guy caught in 720 getting schooled by Michael Jordan, all because he confused being confident with delusional and it didn't work out so well. Salute, much respect, but for these reasons, his growth was stunted. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth, and I'm out.